Hi guys, welcome to another episode at My Bangla. This is actually a new series we're going to do where we're going to be looking into Bangladeshi cuisine and showing you some traditional things. So with Eid literally just around the corner, we're going to be concentrating on some of the things that we have during Eid. Okay, so today we're going to concentrate on making Handesh or Shondesh. Loads of people call it lots of different things.
Well, it's Handesh, my in-laws call it malfa, so it's malfa fita.
Malfa fita. See, there's so many different people call it so many different things, but we call it Handesh or Shondesh. So there is actually two different types of Handesh. You can make what we're making today.
Morsa, ghurur, Handesh.
So Morsa ghurur is
molasses.
Molasses. And believe it or not, there's so many different types. Some are just not that great, others are quite nice. So we're hoping this is going to be nice.
It smells good.
Let's get into it.
Right, okay, so this is my rice flour. So we're going to have 2 cups of rice flour.
We'll leave the recipe for you in the description below. I know a lot of people don't like to mix the flour. Some people do, some people don't. Like they'll use the coarse flour and then they use the
Some
fine
people will
as
use
well.
a little bit of the fine, a little bit of the coarse, and then plain flour. But I just like to use the fine flour. This is just plain flour, 1 cup. Okay. And then we need a cup of the ghurur. So let me just measure it out.
That's quite easy measurements actually.
So this ghurur is quite stiff. You can get some ghurur that are quite runny. So
Yeah.
you'll have to just go with it and see what suits you really.
So you can add more of the ghurur if you want to.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a spoon of the ghurur in, and then I'm going to add a little bit of sugar just to enhance the
Smell it.
sweetness.
Oh, that does smell quite sweet. Smells quite nice, doesn't it? I love it. Who else likes duddibat with ghurur? I love it. Do you like it? We've got an audience today. It doesn't look as smooth, does it?
No, it doesn't, but it does look quite sweet. So I don't know if I'm going to add any extra sugar. I might just do that and put a. Alright, if you put that in.
Okay. So cute. That's like a full cup.
Yeah.
Every little bit. We don't waste anything. Every little bit. So this comes in 2 forms actually. So you'll have Morsa ghurur. What's the other one called? Is it gajri? Am I saying that wrong?
I don't know. I only ever use Morsa ghurur, so I
There's
don't know.
that hard one, isn't it? I forgot what it's called, guys.
It's this the palm sugar one. Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. So then into that, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar. It's about 1/3 of a cup. Okay. And you don't have to add this, but we quite like it in our family, don't we? We're going to put some
coconut
in.
So adds like a texture and a bit of crunch as well.
Bit more?
I think a little bit more.
There you go. And then you've got to guesstimate how much water you put in. We never have proper recipes for stuff like this, so it's all just use your antas, which means just use your judgment and just put the right amount in.
Antaze. Yeah. Literally, if you ask someone, can you tell me, Ota antaze, and you're just like, okay, so I just put antas, 2 antas, 1 antas, 3 antas.
But you've got to know what the recipe is first to understand what antas is. So if you're speaking to someone over the phone, Mom, or you know, Afa, give me the recipe for this. Oh, just add your water to antas. What does that mean? It's a thick consistency, thin consistency. So
okay, so traditionally we don't use gadgets. You use your hands. So I'll wash my hands, and I'm gonna use my hands. I'm gonna get tucking.
And I think the consistency of the Handesh gulai does it. I don't know. It's better with the hand. So
the warmth of the hand.
You can start mixing.
I'm not gonna lie, this is quite satisfying actually. This is actually quite satisfying. But are you like, do we like make it into kind of sort of a paste first and then you add majority of the water after to thin it out?
I just gradually keep adding
going
until it gives quite a thick consistency, and then I don't like it going too thin. If it goes too thin, then it's quite hard to get it back because you're going to try and add things in. So I add it in gradually and try and get the consistency first hand.
If there's Handesh, like for dessert or something, I literally will have the Handesh before anything else. I love it, don't I?
Yeah, she does. This Handesh is quite light in, not Handesh, the ghurur is quite light in colour, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Normally it's a little bit more like darker in colour, isn't
We
it?
can taste a little bit in a bit and see how sweet it is.
It feels really good. While I do this, you might as well answer some questions. So,
Go on then. Just get a tissue.
There's a misconception that the youngest in the family is spoiled. Actually, most of my friends, I've got a lot of my friends actually say, like when they ask me like, how many siblings do you have, and I say I'm like, alhamdulillah, I'm the youngest out of 8 siblings. Oh, you must be spoiled. Literally, I get that all the time. But if you had to say like I wasn't in the room and someone asked you about me, what would you say about me? You're on the spot.
She's a brat. No, not really. I think the way I will describe Rahila, I think Rahila has been a little bit spoiled at times.
Hate that
But
word.
not totally, because she's quite independent and she's always done her own thing and she's always been pretty successful at it, so we've always been quite proud. She doesn't need a lot of guidance. She knows what she's doing. She works it out. Honestly, some things I wouldn't have a clue. I'm God knows how many years older than her, but I just have to go to her and get, you know, understand.
Not that many years older.
There's a few, you know. How old are you?
21.
Okay.
I wish.
Maybe not that many years older then. Yeah, I think she's a go-getter. She knows what she wants, and when she wants to do something, she's very good at it, and she goes full speed ahead and she does it. That's how I describe her.
Goodness me, that I've never heard someone like say something about me like that before.
I was put on the spot.
Quite
If you give me
nice.
Some time I would have put.
No, but it's good.
Made
Though.
more of an effort.
I think it's really good when you ask people. Yeah, like South Asian families, a conversation like between siblings like this isn't always easy, and it always depends on your upbringing. To be honest, when we were older, we weren't really shown. We were shown affection by our mum and dad, but we were never taught to show affection between siblings. I don't know.
But I think
The love is there,
Yeah.
but we just didn't show it. It's like you wouldn't come home and hug your sister and be like, oh, you're right, you know.
But I think, you know, I mean, in our family there's 8 siblings, so there's quite a big age gap between the eldest and the youngest, and you see the difference between the siblings because even with the older ones, they probably didn't get as much affection from mum and dad. The affection was the fact that they were clothed, they were fed, they had a nice warm home, they had a happy environment, and there was no hugging and stuff. So even with me, as I was growing up, and then all of a sudden mum learned how to hug us and give us a kiss on the cheek, and it was like, oh, this is a bit weird, but it was nice.
It's nice.
So-
I think it's from like obviously having older grandchildren. She'd hug them and stuff like that. Like I remember, even like now she does make such an effort. She'll always like give you a kiss and hug you. But I think in the olden days it wasn't about that really.
No.
Okay, this consistency. I don't know whether you can see it, but this is what I'm looking at the moment. And there obviously is little bits of the ghurur in there. So when I'm finding it, I'm just putting it in my finger and dissolving it.
Okay. I think it's still a bit too thick. Okay, I'm gonna put a tiny bit more water in. So I do normally use the smoother consistency ghurur, and you don't actually get the lumps, but this is fine, it will still all dissolve in. I do actually have a whisk that you could use as well.
I love Handesh when it's a little bit overdone. I don't know, both, but I guess it's overdone, but I like it when my edges go slightly darker, like almost burnt but not burnt. I just love the
She
taste.
likes them with a really big crisp on them.
I love
I
it.
like them really soft, don't I, girls?
No, I have to have that crisp. I love it like that. So like when I'm at my other sisters, if it's like an occasion and she's made some that are not worthy for a plate to give to the guests,
Shapes.
Yeah, I have them because they're usually quite crunchy.
What do you think? Still a bit thick?
I like that consistency, but if you're going to let it set, is it going to thicken up?
I'll put a tiny bit more in, because what we'll do is we'll let it set for a little while.
Yeah.
I'd say at least, I leave mine to set for at least an hour, but I think half an hour is enough really.
So the water is actually quite lukewarm. Is it important to have it warm? Can you do it cold?
I don't know, I think so. I think that we've always done it with warm water. I've never really asked why, but I guess the reason why is when you've got your sugar in there and you've got your ghurur in there, it's helping it to dissolve it, and you're able to mix it quicker. So
Can't find any more of them little lumps or anything in there anymore.
okay.
I think you can do this a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to try it?
No, it's all right. You'll be eating most of them, so I'll let you decide.
I think a little bit more.
So my measurements are perfect for the ghurur that I normally use. So this is the thing. When you get a different type, a different brand, different type of sugar or what have you, just change
like every type of ghurur differs as well.
Yeah.
Like one might be
Just sweeter
than the other one.
You think you need more?
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I remember like sometimes even like back home when mum used ghurur, like she'd put quite a lot in. By the time you know it, a whole tub
It's finished.
is finished.
That's what happens with me.
Yeah.
So that's looking a bit thin to me, but I know it'll thicken up a little bit when we let it sit.
Yeah. But if you can, I do. I don't know about yourself. Obviously, if you're gonna make it for guests, you're just thinking on the spot and you want to make it for that day. I tend to leave mine in the fridge overnight.
Yeah.
Overnight, and then you'll see like when you wake up the next morning, it's a little bit thicker in consistency. Let me show you guys. Look.
I think it's a little bit thin, but it's okay. Do you want a ladle to show how it falls?
Yes, you can do the ladling.
I mean, it looks thinner when you're doing it with a hand, but it's actually quite a good consistency. So you can see it's got a good drop to it.
I only went and forgot to introduce our cook for today. So the cook today is actually my sister, and her name is Asiya. So she is how many are you in line down?
In the sisters, I'm number 4, so that makes me number 5.
Yeah, she's Maizum. She's in the middle. She's Maizla. See, you know, in the Bangladeshi dialect, or I'm saying Bangladeshi dialect, but there's so many different ways of saying things.
There is.
Maizum, Maizla. There's something else as well. I'm sure there's something else. But yeah, I forgot to introduce.
Yeah, I'm one of the ones in the middle. There's 8 of us and I'm number 5 down. So yeah,
you are in the middle.
Yeah. So now that we've mixed it, we're quite happy with our consistency. We're going to just cover it up, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for a little while. About an hour, I think. We've got some things to do.
It out.
Yep. And then we'll be ready to fry.
Okay, so we're back after a short while, and the mixture has actually sat for a bit, so it has gone a little bit thicker to show the consistency.
Yeah. So this has been sat in my fridge for a little while.
Yeah.
It has thickened up a little bit, so what I'm going to do is just add a tiny bit of water before and I'm going to do it with my hands, guys, because that's the only way you can really get the consistency correct. Tiny drop. Okay. It really is tiny drops like that, because a tiny drop too much just makes it really watery.
Is the oil really hot?
So I heated it up
and then put it
really quite hot, actually, to almost smoking.
Okay.
So it's gone to quite smoking, and then I've put it halfway. So it's, again, I think my range goes from 1 up to 9. I've dropped it down to 5, and it will hover probably between 5 and 6. Okay. You can tell actually when you start putting the mix in, it cools the temperature of the oil. So if it starts cooling, you might need to put it back up again. And once you've done it, you get the feel for it anyway. So you'll see. Okay.
This is always so exciting doing like the first one.
Generally, the first one doesn't come out very well.
Sometimes I was just going to say, you need to do a few before it starts coming out nice. And we want to look for that really nice frayed edge, don't we? Not frayed, what do you call it?
Yeah, it is a bit of a frayed edge, but it just depends if your oil temperature and everything is right. Okay. Didn't get. Has it come up?
It's come up, yeah.
There we go. And there you go, that has come
Oh,
up.
that's filled really nicely.
What I find, you can see the edges are a little bit more, a bit frayed.
Yeah.
Could be because it's the first one, or it could be that because it's a slightly different ghurur and we've got a bit too much sugar in. But it'll be nice, those bits will come out crispy. slate brown on the one side. I can tell from the colour.
It is done.
For me, it's that sort of done. I know you like it a bit darker than that, don't you? I'm going to take that one out. Hopefully,
Let's do one more.
the next couple will be a little bit easier.
That's really bizarre, isn't it? Like, it's the same oil, but I think it just needs a few done for it to come out okay.
It sort of balances the temperature out, doesn't it? Because you're putting the
Of the
cold,
oil.
you're putting this in, which is cold, into the oil.
Yeah. So, we're back and we have some Handesh. Do you call it Handesh or Shondesh?
No, Handesh.
You just went out. You take, look at him, he's just his name. He
don't
just
know.
wouldn't
Do
even
you call it
reply back
Handesh or
to you,
Shondesh?
supposed to eat it.
I don't know.
It's a test. You can
Okay,
have
so-
one if you get the name
Okay.
right. What
Try
do you
one.
call it?
I see them make it, but I have no idea what ingredients go in there. But it tastes delicious normally, so I'm gonna. Pick
Let's
one.
see if you know one ingredient at least. Come on.
Okay, it's not too hot.
I'm going to try one as well.
Good. I don't know what the English word is for good.
Molasses.
Molasses, that's it. Thank you.
No. It's like proper comfort food, isn't it? Anyway, guys, after
Flour. Plain flour,
Oh,
not
yeah?
soft raisin. Yeah.
What else? He does not have to make it. What else?
Obviously a bit of water for the flour.
So that's 3 things.
And the rest I haven't got a clue.
That's it.
Is that it? Seriously?
Oh, there's rice flour. There's coconut in
Yeah.
there. Can you not taste the
Oh
coconut?
yeah, I can taste
No,
coconut.
coconut,
Now that you
obviously.
mention it, yeah.
Yeah, but not everyone really puts coconut in, so. Anyway, I think the verdict is that we like them. Let us know if you try them out. We'll leave the ingredients. And yeah, look out for our next video. Oh,
Delicious, delicious. 5 out of 5.